shading. And then we also have the 3/4 view, where the mouse turns. And this is a very important area for that, so I will need to talk to you about that. The values, or the shading of the mouse, stay the same. They're pretty much the same pattern as what you're going to see with the front of the view, so I'm going to let you figure those values out. For the front of the mouse, we have this area that comes down, and it falls right below the tip of the nose. So if this is your nose, right, so this is your nose, not shaded, the mouth, V of the lips, I call it, falls right underneath that. Right? It's almost like there's a center line that has to come down. First, you want to make sure that you start that V right under your nose when you're connecting them. The mouth also comes out farther than a lot of people think. If you were to follow a line from the edge of your mouth up to your eye, you would see that it falls right around the center of your eye. You just want a little bump here. Sometimes it takes me a couple minutes. A little bit there. Not to make them look too stiff. For the V part here, everyone is a little different. You want to try to make it as rounded and natural as you can. You don't want anything to look too geometric. The bottom lip is usually larger, and it's the largest right here where it falls down. That's why I kept that line there. And just tucks up underneath the upper lip. Sort of like your lower lip tucks up underneath your upper lip. Now this is a lot easier to shade. I'm going to start with the 4 around the outside of the lip and the upper lip. The upper lip is always darker than the lower lip, unless you have your lips positioned in a funny way. From there, I'm shading out, holding my pencil. Remember to hold your pencil so that you don't press hard. I'm shading in one direction. I'm going this way, then this way, trying to shade in one direction so I can blend these values together. And I'm going to work toward a number 3 tone. Remember, these are our tones. If it helps, keep your tones next to you. Go ahead and shade some up, or I'm going in the opposite direction just to help it out a little bit. Sometimes when you go in the opposite direction, if you don't press, it'll let you blend out an area. So I'm going to get lighter and lighter. Notice as I get lighter, my pencil is touching the paper less and less. Here is an area that I can see the changes too quickly in, so I want to blend them out by barely touching the paper and blending the lighter area toward the darker area. This takes some practice. And do that same thing here. When you're shading, if you can hold your pencil in such a way that you're comfortable and go in the direction, whatever direction you're comfortable shading in, sometimes you just have to find that and use that. And then it's always darker where the lips meet. And so you want to go in the direction of that and just buff that out so you can see where your lips are meeting. For your bottom lip, you want to come out from where the lips are meeting, and you want to shade it like it's a foreshadow. It's darker. And then it gets lighter as it works toward this area. This area here is a highlight. So it actually gets lighter. I may have gotten too dark here. I'm going to skip over this light area, and I'm going to go to this part, which is another core shadow. It doesn't really touch the edge of the lips, because the edge of the lips is reflected light, and if you remember from the value ball, that reflected light is on the opposite side of the core shadow. It's very important that you have that. It makes round objects look round. Without it, it flattens the object. It makes it look more 2D. So you want to have that reflective light to keep the illusion of 3D going. Notice I'm going in the same direction, and I don't have lines. Trying to keep them close together. Patient, small marks. The idea for shading is patience. And then I'm going to blend upward, barely touching. And leaving that highlight right in the middle of the lower lip. A little bit on the sides, a little bit on the sides. Blending all of this together nicely. I'm barely touching. If you wanted to put some details in there, you could put some little creases. So what you want to do to finalize this is really darken where the lips meet here, because you don't want to lose that line. The other thing is, this part and this part of your mouth go back into space as well. This part of your lips sticks out because they're wrapping around your skull. So they're going back this way and back this way. This is not straight, the skull is round. So because of that, these areas here, I'm going to give a light shading to and make them both just a little darker because they do go back in space over all of it. Notice I'm not pressing hard. And that will give even more of an illusion that the lips are turning as they go back around the skull. Clean it up here. If you want, you could create a little area here. Alright, so that's the forward lip. What I'm going to do now is talk about teeth for just a minute. Your teeth, I'm not going to go into too much detail, but if you end up having teeth on your person, you want to read this part of the packet. I'm also going to show you, this is your lips. Your teeth go around, so they start here and they go up like stairs. So if you're smiling, what you want to do is draw that straight line down, right? So just like this straight line. And think about where the bottom of your teeth are. Think about how big they are, and look at that. And you want to make two teeth. Those are your front teeth. Think about how big they are. You also want to show the gum line. From here, you want to follow where that tooth goes. Then the next tooth, which goes up a little bit. Follow the gum line again. It's going to go up. This is your eye tooth. It's like the third one down. Then up. And then you just have more teeth to go up and up and up. You do that same thing on the side. Now, as far as shading, all you want to do with teeth is make very, very light gestures. The shadows come from, the shading actually, it comes from a little bit of the gum area. Sometimes you have a little cast shadow under your lip. Remember that cast shadow shades it a little bit. The underneath of your teeth are going to be dark. Even if your lip is here, you're going to see it's very dark underneath your teeth. But more than that, your teeth go back into your mouth. So you want to shade a 3 in the back, and as you come forward, make it a number 2. as light as you can. You don't want your teeth to look like they're dark. The whiter your teeth are, the more you're going to erase out, because you're going to then go back in and give them a sparkle. The other thing you want to do is shade just a little bit where they meet. You don't want to exaggerate. If you exaggerate them, you're going to make them look like they have black outlines, and you don't want your teeth to do that. Alright, so from here you're going to take an eraser, and all you have to do is erase out a line, and that will make your teeth sparkle. So that's how you make the inside teeth. The last thing I want to show you is the 3/4 mouth. A lot of the mouths in photographs are 3/4 because we are photographed just a little tilt. So it's a preferred angle when we're having photographs done. So we're going to make the V of our lip. And on this side, the V is going to come down, and it's going to make this funny shape. And then it's going to come back around. Oh, no. And here it's going to be longer. Now this shape right here is a shape that's hard to see. It's hard to know what's going on. It's hard to see because when the head is turned, it's almost like it disappears around the corner. And this shape changes. Sometimes it's longer, sometimes it's shorter, depending on how turned your lips are. Alright, now here's another important thing. This is the line that comes down. Remember, it follows straight down. So this is where the largest part of your lower lip lies. From here, it tucks up underneath. Maybe a little too big. From here, it tucks up underneath. It comes straight down almost and then curves around. You want to make sure you come down and then curve because it's going up around the bend. And this part of the lip stays out. Now this side is longer and it still tucks up underneath your lip right there. But you'll notice that this curve and this curve are different. So from here, you should be able to shade the others. Pick 2 mouths and shade them. The last thing you're going to have to do is draw and shade an ear. So I'm going to have you look through the pocket. The examples are there. And pick one of the